Hello FPL managers and welcome back for another video. My name's Jack and today we're going over our team selection for Game Week 31, where we go over how we got on in Game Week 30, discuss some changes that we've made to the team, and discuss how the team's going to be looking for next week and also for the rest of the season as well. If you guys are enjoying the FPL content, drop a like and subscribe. We're trying to hit 12,000 subscribers by the end of the season, so please help us reach that goal. Also, make sure you have those notification bells turned on, as we'll be uploading lots more FPL content for the rest of the season. And with that being said, let's jump into the video. So first of all, let's have a look at how the team got on in Game Week 30. Overall, a pretty decent game week for us. We scored a total of 60 points. Could have been so much more though. We did discuss this in our transfer plans yesterday. There were a couple of players in the side that could have easily walked away with 2 or even 3 goals for themselves in this game, but instead walked away with just a handful of the points they should have. Going through the team, De Gea good in goals for Manchester United. There's now 2 clean sheets in the last 3 games for Manchester United, and De Gea has picked up a clean sheet in double Game Week 29 and now Game Week 30 for us as well. So happy to have him in the side. I was tossing up between him and Ariza Balaga. Very happy that I opted to go for De Gea over Kepa, as Kepa hasn't been able to produce the goods in his last couple of matches, especially against Wolves as well. Very frustrating if you had a Kepa in goals or a Chelsea defender in that match after Matheus Nunes scored a great goal for Wolves, which I must say I was very happy about myself being a Wolves fan. Looking at the defence though, Henry was able to record an assist, which was good for him. He won Tony's second penalty, which Tony did convert. That was also one of the downsides to the team. Tony missed his first penalty, could have had even more points there. I know a lot of people got Tony out for Erling Haaland this week, so if Tony could have produced the goods for us, that would have been very nice for our rank. Unfortunately, he walks away with just the 4 points despite getting himself a goal. And then the other 2 defender slots, Botman and Trippier, both couldn't get themselves a clean sheet in a very eventful game away to Brentford there. Botman giving away the penalty, picking up a yellow card, so not great considering that we brought in Botman for this week against Brentford. Got himself just a 1 point, a bit annoying, but nonetheless he still has good fixtures coming up for the rest of the season, which is the main reason why I got him into the team. Looking to the midfielders, so much frustration in midfield, I must say. Rashford on captaincy only produced the assist with 6 points. Could have easily had himself a hat-trick. Had a really good one-on-one chance to start the game. Had a lot of good first half chances, in fact. And it had an XG of 1.75 for this match. Could have easily had 2 or 3 goals in my opinion, but instead only walks away with the 1 assist and picks up the groin injury as well, which saw him miss out the last 15 to 20 minutes of that fixture. So he could have had another extra 15 to 20 minutes to provide that goal in that game, but he did depart the match early. So very frustrating, just the 6 points on captaincy. But that does leave the big question mark on what we're going to do with Marcus Rashford. I discussed my initial thoughts yesterday in the transfer plans. You're going to see my final decision making when we have a look at our team for Game Week 31 as to what I'm doing with Marcus Rashford. Looking at Mo Salah as well, yet another midfielder that should have had so many more points this game week. He missed the penalty, had a massive amount of chances in this game, had an XG of over 2 just himself, which was an absolutely massive XG, one of the highest I've ever seen for an individual player in a match. Instead, he just walks away with the 1 goal, takes the -2 points for missing a penalty, would have had 15 points had he converted that penalty. He would have featured on bonus points, and he also had a couple of other big chances which he missed out on. Could have easily had himself a hat-trick, even 4 goals in that game against Arsenal. Ramsdale made a great save in the last minute there to deny Salah of another goal in that fixture, so could have easily had more points. He would have been massive for our rank. He only had a 17% ownership inside the top 1 mil. He would have been really good to get more points for us. But we keep moving. March, the other highlight in midfield, he picked up 7, an assist and 2 bonus points, which was nice to see for him. And Kane in the same fixture as well, got himself a goal, got himself triple bonus. Kane has been such a consistent performer for us this season, as has Ollie Watkins as well. He chipped in with 7 points, picking himself up yet another goal. He made us wait for this one, scored very, very late in this game, a very well taken chance. He's now notched up so many attacking returns in recent game weeks. He's been such a good asset for us since we've brought him into the side. Otherwise, looking at the bench, not too much to report on. Ramsdale 1, Estupiñán 1, Odegaard and White both blanked as well in that Liverpool game. So overall, 60 points, not the worst, not the best. Could have seen a much bigger green arrow this week. 540k is the overall rank. Not ideal for this stage of the season, but we are going to try and push for the top 100k. So let's discuss our transfers that we've made for this week and then go on to our Game Week 31 team. So if you watched yesterday's transfer plans video, we were discussing what to do with Marcus Rashford and potentially Odegaard as well. He was another player that I was looking to move on, but this week we've actually opted to go for no transfers being made. Initially in yesterday's transfer plans, I did say I might want to go Rashford to Grealish, and that was going to be the move that I was going to make, but I have reviewed this a little bit further. I just don't think it's viable to get in Jack Grealish, especially after that Man City Champions League game. He didn't get taken off in that match, played the full 90 minutes. So for that reason, I'm going to avoid Jack Grealish. I just think he's a bit of a doubt to start this week. Even if he does start, yes, it's a good fixture. Then he blanks in game week 32. And I'm not too sure about the Man City rotation down the line for the rest of the season as well. With the continuum of the Champions League, that could see a bit more rotation in the Premier League side for Manchester City. And also, if we do go Rashford out to Grealish, it makes it extremely hard to get Erling Haaland in for game week 33 or 34. So by saving the transfer, just dropping Rashford to the bench this week, we can easily get in Erling Haaland for game week 33 or 34 up to us. We can also get in Matoma as well, which is also a player that I need to have in my team. He's got an ownership of around 75% inside the top 1 mil managers. Erling Haaland with an ownership of around 80% as well. So two players with a massive ownership amongst the top managers that will really hurt us if they do provide returns, and both of these players have really good fixtures, really good form right now, so I need them in my teams. So for that reason, no transfers made. We're going to roll the transfer. We'll have 2 free transfers available for blank game week 32. Probably look to get rid of Harvey Barnes. We're going to have to downgrade Harvey Barnes to Andreas Pereira to be able to afford Tony up to Haaland as well. But since we have rolled the transfer this week, we can just make the one transfer. I don't want to waste the transfer in blank game week 32, so it's most likely going to be Harvey Barnes to Andreas Pereira, assuming there's no other injuries in our side. That's the move we're going to make. Then we can get Matoma in, we can get Haaland in, we're going to have Rashford in there as well. We'll have lots of double game week players for the rest of the season. So let's have a look at our game week 31 side with that in mind. So here is how the team's shaping up for next week. De Gea has been chosen as our starting keeper. A good toss-up this week in terms of 2 good goalkeeper options, Ramsdale and De Gea. I think Nottingham Forest away, slightly better fixture than West Ham away, especially since we already have Ben White starting. I wanted to have an Arsenal defender in there, as the defence has been very good this season. Ben White has been in superb FPL point scoring form recently. His only blank in his last 5 games did come last week away to Liverpool, but just definitely not the easiest fixture. I wouldn't expect any returns from him in that game anyway. He's chipped in with a couple of goals and an assist in his last 4 to 5 game weeks now. He's getting good clean sheets for Arsenal as well, and he's provided a lot of returns in recent matches. He's been really good for us when we've had him in this season, so he gets the nod against West Ham away. Would not be surprised if Arsenal walk away with a clean sheet in this one. I just don't want to double up on the Arsenal defence. I think it's a bit better to diversify the assets at the back there. De Gea is going to be the goalkeeper. Saying that though, we have doubled up on the Newcastle defence. I didn't necessarily want to start Estupiñán over Botman just to avoid a Newcastle double up. I still prefer Aston Villa away as a fixture to Chelsea away. Saying that though, Aston Villa have probably been the 2nd or 3rd best form team in the competition right now based on their last 5 results. 4 wins and a draw. They've been playing some excellent football, up to 6th in the Premier League table now. They've been so good recently, and obviously Ollie Watkins has been spearheading that attack. He's going to be coming up against both Trippier and Botman. So hopefully if Aston Villa do score in this game, it is going to be from an Ollie Watkins goal or assist, as of course that will mean we miss out on the Newcastle clean sheet. And of course, if Newcastle do get a clean sheet, I've got both Trippier and Botman profiting from Watkins blank. Otherwise, Rico Henry gets the nod on defence. He's got Wolves away this week. A really good chance for a clean sheet for Brentford. Obviously, Wolves did score last week with a great goal from Mateus Nunes. Apart from that goal, it didn't create a massive amount of clear-cut chances, Wolves. So I think it's a decent chance for Brentford to pick up a clean sheet, especially considering how good they've been away defensively this season. Looking to the 3 midfielders, Odegaard, Salah and March are going to be the midfield 3. Rashford, as you'll notice, does drop down to the bench. He's got Nottingham Forest away. Unfortunately, he's probably going to miss this game. Barnes, he's got Manchester City away. He's also down on the bench as well. He's good. He could be an option to play here instead of either Odegaard or March, but I just think those 2 players, not only do they have better fixtures, but they've just been a bit more consistent in their FPL point scoring. And of course, Salah, the other midfielder there. I'm hoping that he can take his chances this week, and I'm also hoping that he's still on penalties as well. I'm not too sure if he's going to remain on penalties after missing the target in each of his last 2. Very poor from him. So hopefully Klopp does keep faith in him, keeps giving him the penalties there, leads away a really good chance for a goal for Mo Salah once more. So hopefully he can convert in this game. Odegaard, also not ideal that I've got him in the team and starting right now. Yes, West Ham away is an okay fixture, but Odegaard have really not been putting in those FPL points recently. Martinelli and Saka have been the two players that have been outscoring him in the last 4 to 5 weeks, especially Martinelli at the same price as Odegaard. Potentially a good Odegaard replacement if I wanted to make one. I think Martinelli is probably going to be the best Arsenal midfielder for the rest of the season, just based on current form. He's one of their highest goal scorers, and actually one of the highest goal scorers in the Premier League this year, now with 14 goals and 7 assists as well. So hopefully Odegaard can produce something in this game. I'm not expecting too much from him though, just based on recent FPL scores. And of course, Solly March, I trusted him last week against Spurs away. He repaid my faith. He's got an arguably easier fixture this week against Chelsea away. Hopefully he can repeat the trick once more, as Brighton have been in superb form this year. Very unlucky not to walk away with any points in that Spurs game. I've seen a lot of arguments that they were robbed in this game, could have easily had a draw, if not a win in this one. So with Chelsea away, another really good chance for March to produce a goal or an assist. Looking to the lads up top, Kane has been given the captain's armband this week. Bournemouth at home, by far the best fixture for our team this week. I think he could produce something in this game. Obviously got himself a goal in his most recent home fixture against Brighton. And when he does get on the score sheet, he often features on bonus points as well, which is a major boost for having Kane as the captaincy option. He's going to be coming up against another popular captaincy pick in Erling Haaland this week, who is not in our side. We've still stuck with Tony this game week. I don't necessarily want to get in Haaland this week just to have him blank game week 32, which will then mean we'll only have 10 starting players for blank game week 32, and we haven't got our free hit available. So that means I'm going to have to use an extra transfer, which just makes it a bit more messy later down the line. It's going to mean I have to take more hits, not only in blank game week 32, potentially game week 33 and 34 as well, if I wanted to rearrange the team to get back in Haaland, get back in Matoma, and get in a couple of other players with good fixtures coming up. So for that reason, no Haaland this week. Kane's been given the captain's armband. Bournemouth at home, a great chance to potentially match Haaland for points. Yes, Haaland's got a great fixture of Leicester at home, but Kane can definitely match him this week in my opinion. And Watkins and Tony, the other two forwards, are fairly stock standard front three right now. Most people do have these three lads up top. Probably Haaland instead of Tony would be the main change that a lot of people do have in their teams. But nonetheless, still very happy with my front three. Tony's been in good form in his own right as well. And Wolves away is still a pretty decent fixture from an attacking perspective. Wolves typically are a fairly strong defence. Haven't been quite as good this year. So hopefully Tony can put one up past him. Obviously, being a Wolves fan, it will be a bit of a challenge to watch this one. I'm praying for a Tony goal, but I also want Wolves to win. Maybe if Tony can get himself a goal and Wolves still get up 2-1 or 3-2 potentially, that'd be the best possible result for me. Then looking at the bench, as we touched on, Ramsdale, Stupinian, Barnes and Rashford all there this week. Rashford will be blanking game week 32. Hopefully he's back for Spurs away game week 33. If he's not too fussed about that one. As I've been planning ahead, we can easily afford to drop him to the bench that week. We still have a couple of other good players that have good fixtures that can start ahead of him in game week 33, and hopefully he's all good by game week 34, which is still a fair way away now, so it gives him a decent chance to recover from his injury. And that is pretty much how the squad's shaping up. Overall, fairly happy with the team. Obviously not ideal Rashford is injured, not ideal that we don't have any Man City players in the team, especially Erling Haaland, but we'll be getting Haaland back in game week 33. Hopefully he doesn't absolutely murder us this game week in game week 31 with a good fixture of Leicester at home. Hopefully Kane can match him for points. Hopefully Salah can return this week, get himself some more chances and more goals, and take his chances a bit better than last game week, as he does have such a low ownership amongst the top 1 million FPL managers. And good luck to everyone else for game week 31 as well. Thanks for watching today's Game Week 31 team selection. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, drop a like and subscribe. It really does help out the channel. And also, we are trying to hit 12,000 subscribers by the end of the season, so please help us reach that goal. Have the notification bells turned on as always so you don't miss any of our future FPL videos. There's going to be plenty more blanks and doubles coming up, so there's definitely lots to navigate from an FPL perspective. And with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one.